Let's get started. Start with listening, and then learn new words and practice them in sentences.
Have you ever wondered how storytelling can make you rich in vocabulary? Well, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a fascinating journey to explore the power of storytelling in vocabulary building. We've all been captivated by a good story at some point. The allure of a gripping plot, the intrigue of complex characters, the beauty of vivid descriptions, these are the elements that make stories so compelling. But have you ever considered how these stories are not just entertaining but also educational? They're treasure troves of new words and phrases waiting to be discovered and internalized. You see, when you engage with a story, you're not just passively receiving information. You're actively involved in understanding the context, visualizing the scenes, and empathizing with the characters. And this active engagement makes the vocabulary used in the story more memorable. In addition, stories provide a rich context that helps you understand and remember new words better. For instance, the word serene might not mean much on its own, but when you read about a character finding solace in a serene forest, the meaning of the word becomes clear and sticks in your memory. In this episode, we'll uncover how you can harness the power of storytelling to boost your vocabulary. We'll discuss how telling stories allows you to learn new words in context, making them easier to remember and apply. We'll explore effective storytelling techniques such as character development, plot twists, and vivid descriptions that can help you incorporate advanced vocabulary. We'll also delve into how analyzing stories can enrich your language understanding. By breaking down stories, you can understand how authors use complex language to create mood and tone. And finally, we'll highlight how mastering storytelling can help you stand out in interviews, presentations, and social situations. By the end of this episode, you'll learn how to leverage storytelling as a powerful tool to enrich your vocabulary, improve fluency, and boost your communication skills across different aspects of life. So are you ready to delve into the intriguing world of storytelling and enrich your vocabulary? Let's get started! Now let's explore some techniques to incorporate advanced vocabulary into our stories. When it comes to storytelling, the world is your oyster, and so is your vocabulary. The first technique we'll talk about is character development. This is where the magic happens. By giving your characters depth, you naturally use a wider range of vocabulary. You're not just describing a person, you're creating a whole new being with a unique voice, quirks, and mannerisms. This process invites you to step out of your linguistic comfort zone and experiment with words you may not use in everyday conversation. Next, we have plot twists. These unexpected turns in your story not only keep your audience on their toes, but they also provide an excellent opportunity to introduce more complex language. You could describe a sudden revelation, a shocking betrayal, or even a surprising love interest. Each of these situations calls for a different set of words, enriching your vocabulary in the process. Lastly, let's talk about vivid descriptions. Painting a picture with words is an art, and it's a great way to flex your vocabulary muscles. You're not just describing a sunset, you're crafting a tapestry of colors in the sky, the gentle hum of the evening, the taste of the cool breeze. The more detailed your descriptions, the more words you'll need to express them. But remember, using advanced vocabulary isn't about stuffing as many big words into your story as possible. It's about using the right words at the right time to convey your narrative effectively. It's about creating memorable characters, exciting plot twists, and vivid descriptions that stay with the reader long after they've finished your story. So don't shy away from experimenting with new words. Embrace the challenge and see it as an opportunity to expand your vocabulary horizon. After all, it's through practice and application that we truly master our language skills. Remember, the more you practice these techniques, the richer your vocabulary will become. Let's now dive deeper and see how analyzing stories can further enrich our language. When we peel back the layers of a story, we reveal a treasure trove of advanced vocabulary, waiting to be discovered and utilized. It's like being an archaeologist, except instead of digging for fossils, we're mining for words. Consider how authors create mood and tone in their work. They don't simply tell us the protagonist is sad, they use a range of sophisticated language to paint a vivid picture of the character's emotional state. They might describe the protagonist's crestfallen expression, or how they trudge through their day, laden with melancholy. These words, crestfallen, trudge, laden, melancholy, are all advanced vocabulary, used effectively to create a specific mood. By breaking down stories in this way, we can begin to understand how authors use complex language to craft their narratives. But it's not just about identifying these words. It's about understanding their nuances, their connotations, and the context in which they are used. Take the word crestfallen, for instance. It's not just a synonym for sad. It conveys a sense of disappointment, of dejectedness. It's a word you might use when your hopes have been dashed, when something you were looking forward to didn't pan out the way you'd hoped. By analyzing its use in a story, we can understand these subtleties and start to use the word more accurately in our own language. Analyzing stories also helps us see how vocabulary can be used to develop characters and plot. For example, an author might describe a character as insouciant to convey their carefree and nonchalant attitude. This not only gives us insight into the character's personality, but also introduces us to a new vocabulary word that we can start incorporating into our own language. So the next time you read a novel or a short story, don't just skim over the words you don't know. Dig into them, understand them, use them as stepping stones to expand your vocabulary and enrich your language. By analyzing stories, we can not only understand, but also master the usage of complex language. Storytelling isn't just for fun. It can also help you stand out in interviews, presentations, and social situations. The power of storytelling extends beyond the realm of entertainment. It's a fundamental human experience that allows us to connect with others on a deeper level. In a professional setting, being able to tell a compelling story can give you an edge. Imagine you're in an interview, and instead of just listing your accomplishments, you weave them into an engaging narrative. This not only makes you more memorable, but also demonstrates your communication skills. Similarly, in presentations, stories can make complex concepts more accessible and engaging. They provide a context that helps your audience understand and remember the information you're sharing. And let's not forget social situations. A well-told story can be a conversation starter, a bridge builder, a way to share experiences and ideas. So, storytelling is not just a way to build vocabulary, but also a key to effective communication. Finally, let's understand how we can make vocabulary memorable through storytelling. Imagine each new word as a character in your narrative. By giving it a role, a purpose, and a context, you're not just memorizing a definition, you're creating an entire story around it. This story makes the word personal and tangible, allowing you to grasp its nuances and apply it in real-life situations with ease. Now let's dive into the concept of active recall. This is a principle of memory that suggests we remember information better when we actively retrieve it from our minds. By crafting a narrative, you're constantly engaging in active recall. You're not just passively reading or hearing new words. You're actively using them, manipulating them, and weaving them into your story. This active engagement makes the vocabulary stick in your memory, ready for confident use whenever you need it. Remember, the key to making vocabulary memorable is to use it actively in your stories. So, that's how storytelling can make you rich in vocabulary. By weaving complex words into your narratives, you not only remember them, but use them with confidence. This enriches your language and enhances your communication across various scenarios. So, go ahead, tell your stories, and watch your vocabulary grow.
Let's learn new words and practice English at level C2. Narrative. Narrative, a spoken or written account of connected events, a story. Example, a compelling narrative can captivate audiences and enhance your vocabulary by introducing new words in context. Lexicon. Lexicon, the vocabulary of a person, language, or branch of knowledge. Example, expanding your lexicon through storytelling allows for richer and more nuanced communication. Proficiency. Proficiency, a high degree of competence or skill. Example, storytelling helps develop proficiency in language by encouraging the use of advanced vocabulary and complex sentence structures. Rhetorical. Rhetorical, relating to the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing. Example, using rhetorical devices in storytelling can not only make your tales more engaging but also improve your understanding of sophisticated language techniques. Eloquence. Eloquence, fluent or persuasive speaking or writing. Example, mastering storytelling builds eloquence, making it easier to express ideas vividly and with greater vocabulary richness.